I'm gonna open one up and show you what it looks like on the inside. It's nice and soft. Today I'm going to show you how to make fig muffins. Super easy to do, super tasty. Let's get started. Down below in the description box you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts, as well as the metric measurements. Begin with your figs. You're going to need somewhere between 6 to 8 figs depending on the size. If they are large figs, you'll probably just need 6 or 7 of them. And these are fresh, picked off the tree a couple days ago. My friend gave them to me. Super excited to have fresh figs. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. And now to a food processor, I'm going to add these figs. You can also do this in a blender. And then we're just going to blend this up until we have a little pulp. And then usually I will come in with a spatula and just kind of scrape it all down. And then give it one more mix. All right. And now to a large bowl, we're going to add that fig puree. And it needs to be just right around a cup. It doesn't have to be exact, but around about a cup of fig puree. And I know, because I make this, that 6 to 7 large figs equals a cup. But if you really wanted to, you can just pour this into your measuring cup to make sure you have it right around the exact amount. Okay, that's good enough. And now I want to add 1 large egg. If you don't want to use eggs, you could use a 1/4 cup of applesauce for that 1 egg. And then I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of milk. And you can leave the milk out. It will turn out. It's just the texture will turn out a little bit different, but I've made it with milk and without milk. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then 1 cup of white granulated sugar. And then you can also reduce the amount of sugar, especially if your figs are already really sweet. So you can go down to like 1/2 cup of sugar if you want. And we'll just give this a good mix. Excellent. And now I have 1/2 cup of butter. This is unsalted butter. You can use salted butter if you want. And I'm going to melt this. You can do it in the microwave or on the stovetop. All right, we don't want that butter to be super hot because it's going to probably cook that egg in there. And so I'm just going to kind of just pour it in, gently stirring. And I have it softened, but that's okay. It's nice and soft, so that won't matter at all that it's soft and not completely melted. You could also cream the butter and the sugar first together if you want to just use softened butter instead of melted butter. I'm going to switch to my whisk. And of course, you can use a hand mixer or stand mixer for this as well. And now we have some flour, 2 cups of flour. And I'm going to, it's okay if it doesn't all go in the sifter. Not a big deal at all. I'm going to put that in my sifter. And then I have a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, or you can use a tablespoon of baking powder. And then I want to sift 1/2 of it first and put it in there. Come back to my spatula here and we're just going to stir this in. Again, you can use your mixer, but you just don't want to overmix this batter because it can affect the texture of the muffin afterwards. So this recipe is awesome if you have a fig tree at home, or if someone gives you a lot of figs and maybe you don't want to eat them all just fresh as is, but you want to make something with them. This is great for that. Okay, let's get the rest of this in here. All right, and there we go. And this recipe will make 12 large muffins, or you could probably do 14 to 16 smaller muffins. And then I'm going to take 2 tablespoons here and just go into those. And usually I'll do 1 kind of heaping tablespoon per muffin cup first. And this is just a standard muffin or cupcake pan that I'm using. Now I'm going to go back and fill these up about 3/4 full. And then I have enough to do probably 4 more. So I'm going to get out another muffin pan and do 4 more with that, okay? And now into the oven this goes, again 350 Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius, and we're going to bake it for 23 to 28 minutes until when you poke it in the middle, the toothpick comes out clean. On to that step. And when they come out of the oven, they will look something like this, a lightly golden brown on top, and then let them just cool in the pan for a couple of minutes. And then what I'm going to do is just move this over, and we're going to grab these and put them on a wire rack to cool the rest of the way. And then I wound up being able to get 16 muffins, so there's 4 more baking in the oven right now. And once they cooled, you can dive into these. I'm going to open one up and show you what it looks like on the inside. It's nice and soft. It's so good. Muffin with fig flavor. If you love figs and you love muffins, give this recipe a try. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, press it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to finish eating this muffin. Oh yeah. Mm.